Hi, I'm Dr. Jesse John, Assistant Professor, Department of Anatomy, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today we will discuss posterior compartment of the forearm. So all the structures that are present in posterior compartment, either muscles, arteries and nerves, we will discuss all these things in this video. Namaste, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. First, we will see the muscles of the posterior compartment of the forearm. There are two layers of the muscles that present. The muscles that present in the posterior compartment are present in two layers, that is the superficial layer and the deep layer. In the superficial layer, the muscles will present from the lateral to medial. These are brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, extensor digitorum, extensor digit minimi, extensor carpi ulnaris, and anconius. And the whereas the deep layer, where the muscles of the posterior compartment will present from the lateral to medial, these are supinator, abductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis, and extensor pollicis longus, extensor indicis. Now we will see the brachioradialis muscles. The origin of the brachioradialis muscles from the upper two-thirds of the lateral supracondylar ridge of the humerus, and it will insert into the base of the styloid process of the radius, and the nerve supplied will be radial nerve, and the action is the flexion of the forearm and the restoration of the forearm into the mid-prone position. So these all about the brachioradialis muscle. Now we will see the extensor carpi radialis longus. It will take the origin from the lower one third of the lateral supracondylar ridge of the humerus, and it will insert into the posterior surface of the base of the second metacarpal bone. Nerve supplied will be by the radial nerve, and the action is the extension of the hand at the wrist joint and the abduction of the hand at wrist joint. Extensor carpi radialis brevis take the origin from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, and it will insert into the posterior surface of the base of the third metacarpal bone, and the nerve supplied by the deep branch of the radial nerve, and action is the extension of the hand at wrist joint and abduction of the hand at wrist joint. So these is all about the extensor carpi radialis brevis. Now we will see the extensor digitorum. It will take the origin from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, and it will insert into the extensor expansion of the medial forefingers. Now supplied by the deep branches of the radial nerve. Action is the extension of the metacarpophalangeal and interphalangeal joints of the medial forefingers and extension of the hand at wrist joint. So this is all about the extensor digitorum muscles. Now we will see the extensor digit minimi. It will take the origin from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, and it will insert into the extensor expansion of the little finger. You can see all these structures as a origin and insertion in these pictures very clearly, and the innervation by the deep branch of the radial nerve, and action is the extension of the metacarpophalangeal and interphalangeal joints of the little finger. It helps in extension of the hand at wrist joint. So this is all about the extensor digit minimi muscle. Now we will see the extensor carpi ulnaris muscles. It will take the origin from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, and it will insert into the posterior surface of base of the fifth metacarpal bone, and it will innervated by the deep branch of the radial nerve, and action is the extension of the hand at wrist joint and adduction of the hand at wrist joint. You can see the muscle here in this picture, and you can see the origin and insertion as well. Now we will see the anconius muscles. It is the very small muscle in among all these muscles, and it will take the origin from the posterior aspect of the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, and it will insert into the lateral surface of the olecranon process of the ulna, and it will innervated by the radial nerve, and the action is that it helps the triceps in the extension of the elbow joint. Now we will see the deep layer. There are muscles supinator, abductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis, and extensor pollicis longus, extensor indicis. We'll see the supinator muscle. This is very small muscle among all these muscles that present in deep layer, and it will take their origin from the some points. These are the lateral epicondyle of the humerus and the annular ligament of the superior radioulnar joint and supinator fossa and crest of the ulna. It will insert into the upper one third of the lateral surface of the shaft of the radius, and it will innervated by the deep branch of the radial nerve. The excision action is the supination of the forearm at the radioulnar joints. Now we'll see the abductor pollicis longus. It will take the origin from the middle of the posterior surface of the radius and ulna and the interosseous membrane. It will take the insertion into the posterior surface of the base of the first metacarpal bone, and it will supplied by the posterior interosseous nerve of the radius nerve. The action of the abductor pollicis longus is abduction and the extension of the thumb at the carpometacarpal joint. So we can see in this picture the origin and insertion of the abductor pollicis longus. You can see in this picture, this is the origin, and it will insert into the posterior surface of the base of the first metacarpal bone. Now we'll see the extensor pollicis brevis. It will take the origin from the posterior surface of the shaft of the radius, and it will insert into the posterior surface of the base of the proximal phalanx of the thumb, and it will innervated by the interosseous nerve of the radial nerve, and the action is the extension of the metacarpophalangeal joints of the thumb. So this is all about the extensor pollicis brevis muscle that present in the deep layer of the forearm. Now we will see the extensor pollicis longus. It will take the origin from the posterior surface of the ulna, and it will insert into the posterior surface of the base of the distal phalanx of the thumb, and nerve supply will be by the posterior interosseous nerve of the radial nerve, and action is the extension of the interphalangeal joints of the thumb. Now this is the muscle that is the extensor indicis. Origin, it will take the origin from the posterior surface of ulna and take the it will insert into the extensor expansion of the index finger, and it will supplied by the nerve that is the posterior interosseous nerve of the radial nerve, that is take the origin from the C678 root, and the action is the extension of all joints of the index finger, and it will help in extension of the wrist joint also. Now we will see the content of the forearm, that is the radial nerve, very important nerve of the arm. Radial nerve pierces the lateral intermuscular septum in the lower part of the arm and passes forward into the cubital fossa. It then passes downward in front of the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, lying between the brachialis on the medial side and brachioradialis on the lateral side. At the level of the lateral epicondyles, it divides into the superficial and deep branches and muscular branches that will goes to the brachioradialis muscle and to the extensor carpi radialis longus, and there will be a small branch to the lateral part of the brachialis muscle. Articular branches, it will goes to the elbow joint, superficial branch of the radial nerve, and the deep branch of the radial nerve. It will hold again posterior interosseous nerve, enters the posterior compartment of the forearm. So these are branches that will take a origin from the radial nerve itself. Now we will see the innervation by the superficial branch of the radial nerve. It is the direct continuation of the radial nerve. Superficial branch is the direct continuation of the radial nerve. It runs down under cover of the brachioradialis muscle on the lateral side of the radial artery. Then it reaches the posterior surface of the wrist where it divides into terminal branches that supply the skin on the lateral two-thirds of the posterior surface of the hand and the posterior surface over the proximal phalanges of the lateral 3.5 fingers. Deep branches of the radial nerve. The deep branches arise from the radial nerve in front of the lateral epicondyle of the humerus incubator fossa. It fires the supinator to reach the posterior compartment of the forearm. The nerve descends in the interval between the superficial and deep loop of the muscles. Branches, muscular branches that will goes to extensor carpi radialis brevis, extensor digitorum, extensor digit minimi, extensor carpi ulnaris, and the supinator muscle, abductor pollicis longus, and the extensor pollicis brevis, extensor pollicis longus, and the extensor indicis. Articular branches that goes to the wrist and carpal joints. We can see in this picture the radial nerve and its branches very clearly. We will continue the part of the forearm in the next video. Thank you.